Shalom, all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, labour in the word and doctrine, and shalom in peace. May that be unto the elect of the nation of Israel. So in James the 4th chapter, the 13th verse says, Go to now, ye that say, today or tomorrow, we will go into such a city, and continue there a year, and buy and sell, and get gain. Whereas you know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapour that appeareth for a little time, and then vanisheth away. Verse 15. For that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, right, Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi ratazah, we shall live and do this or that. Now of course you can get caught up in this world, man. You don't want to, but you can. So make sure whenever you're quote unquote planning or really hypothesizing, because you could die tonight and you could die today. So we don't know that. So whenever maybe in a secular workplace or whatever, when people are talking about, well, this next week and this, you should always keep in your mind, yeah, Lord willing. Or maybe not. Maybe, I hope that doesn't happen. I hope we get out of here before that. But there's also Deuteronomy 28. And we'll start at 64. And the Lord Yahawah shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods. Right, you hear that B woody? Wood, stone. But be woody, there are other gods. Right, there be no point in the commandment, thou shalt have no other gods before Yahawah, if there were no other gods. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Right, even the Kaaba. Right, you say you don't worship it, why are you circumnavigating and bowing to a rock, man? That's folly as brass. So 28 and 65 Arabic fucking numerals. 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But Yahawah shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. And let's look into some of these words. Now, lab, I believe the word for heart will be there. Mind, basically. Let's say heart. Heart, inner man. Mind, will, heart. Understanding, inner part, midst of things, heart of man. Soul, heart of man. Mind, knowledge, thinking, reflection, memory, inclination, resolution, determination of will, conscience, heart of moral character, a seat of appetites, a seat of emotions and passions, a seat of courage. And obviously all the usages are on the screen, just there. There's a lot. So heart trembling, right, ragaz, trembling, quivering, quaking. It's only actually seems to be used once. Let's see. Let's fact check that. And ragaz, it's also here. The only difference is the vowel points. Now if you know about the Masorites, not the Masorites, Masoretes, and dealing with the Masoretic text. The common one we deal with is the West Leningrad Codex, or the WLC. And that's when you see this. Let's go. Let's just get back to this and prove our point. Right, so the Hebrew text we're dealing with in the Blue Letter Bible is the West Leningrad Codex. Right, so that's a certain specific quote-unquote codex or version. But trembling, ragaz, it's also here. Agitation, excitement, raging, trouble, turmoil, right? Even Jacob's turmoil. Now we're not currently experiencing that. Jacob's always been in trouble. Don't get me, pretty much always. Don't get me wrong. We've not gone through Jacob's trouble like Jacob's trouble. And it is heating up. You could say we're getting there, but we're not in the zenith. Yeah, look that word up, zenith. We're not in the zenith thereof. But among these nations, that's where Jake will have trouble. Primarily Babylon the Great, which the world calls America, or the United States, which will go out by means of thermonuclear destruction under the ordination of Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, right, the judgment thereof. So it says, raging, trouble, turmoil, trembling, turmoil, disquiet, raging, trembling, trepidation, trouble two, troubling once, noise once, rage once, fear once, wrath once. And in fact, let's just check it. There's not another one. There's another one. Right, rage, to enrage, enragaz. All of these, tremble, quake, rage, quiver, be agitated, be excited, be perturbed. To quake, be disquieted, be excited, be perturbed, cause to quake, disquiet, enrage, disturb, to excite oneself. Yeah, and that was the last one. Failing of eyes, and we know failing of eyes and sorrow of mind, right? What's the word for mind there? Yeah, napashi, soul. So it says soul, self. Yeah, I'm not going to read all these. I realize I've spent half the video reading one word. Right, but it's on screen there. And I can pause it again there. And then life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night. The day when you wake up, and when you go into sleep, and shall have none assurance of thy life. It says, in the morning thou should say, would power, right, or in English verbatim, would God it were even. And the even thou shalt say, would God it were morning. Alright, so we're going to be wishing the days away, hastening the day, looking for and hasten unto the coming of the day of Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Well, that's a righteous spirit to be in, man. People, it's not wicked to hasten the day. One in 100 or 50 years, we're not supposed to be in that spirit. In the morning thou shalt say, would God it were even, and the even thou shalt say, would God it were morning. For the fear of thine heart, wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. And that's also something to keep in mind. Curses, we have to keep it, in the spirit rather than in the flesh, in the carne or carne in Spanish is for flesh. Sorry, it's for meat, which really is flesh of an animal. So I'll read this again and close out. James chapter 4, verse 13 through 15. Go to now, ye that say, today or tomorrow we will go into such a city and continue there a year, and buy and sell and get gain, whereas you know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life? Is even a vapour that appeareth for a little time, and then vanisheth away. For that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. Giving all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham,